Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial of the day will be discussed in this session. Before I start a session, just to give you a disclaimer that I have a throat infection. The reason being you may find change in the voice. So I expect that you can cooperate on this part. Thank you so much. Now let's get started with the news topic list. That is 25th of April. The first news is Pali become India's first carbon neutral panchayat. Second, PM receive Lata Mangeshkar award. Third, Vice President called for reform in anti-defection law. Fourth is household consumer spending survey to resume soon. And the last is an editorial, reskilling the society. Apart from this, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. And just to tell you about the prelims test series, 60 high quality tests which you can avail with highest graded magazine, right? So do check it out. मैंने वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में इसके लिंक दिए हुए हैं, आप ज़्यादा जानकारी वहाँ से ले सकते हैं. First news that Pali become India's first carbon neutral panchayat, something relevant for General Studies Paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from design and implementation. And this can again be important for General Studies Paper 3, where environmental pollutions and degradation in EIA is concerned. So recently the Prime Minister of India has inaugurated 500 kilowatt solar power plant in Pali, which is in the Samba district of Jammu and Kashmir. And this is a fully solar power plant which will make India to reach towards carbon neutrality. And this has become the first panchayat in our country to do so. So it's very important for many other competitive examination and specifically for the UPSC Prelims examination also. So all its records has been digitalized and the benefits of the center schemes are available to the villages under 17 kilometers from Jammu. So you can see this plant which was actually established. Now ग्राम ऊर्जा स्वराज प्रोग्राम गवर्नमेंट की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम्स है. ऑलमोस्ट 1500 सोलर पावर प्लांट जो है वो स्टैब्लिश किए गए हैं पाली विलेज में एंड द टोटल एरिया इज 6408 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर which will provide a clean electricity to almost 340 households in the region under the Gram Urja Swaraj program, right? And this project is to be completed by the cost of 2.75 crore rupees. The electricity generated will be distributed to the village, having the daily requirement of 2000 units through the local power grid. So this is what something inclusive development has come with this program and policy, and even it will help to get a lot more panchayat with the basic facilities needed. Now other important developments की अगर बात करें, from the macadamized roads की अगर बात करें, the development of the roads and even for the bus services, almost 17 kilometer winter capital जो जम्मू है वहाँ पे भी transformation की जा रही है. पंचायत घर has been developed, renovated government high schools and building, new pond, improve payfield and electric bus would be the part of the new development strategy that the government has come up with. The Prime Minister has suggested to go for an organic farming that will benefit the local communities and even it can help them to join the mainstream to sell their products. Now model panchayat की बात की गई है. The Prime Minister has described Palli as a model panchayat which can motivate many other panchayat in the country and even to reach out the carbon neutrality targets which India already had. मैं आपको बताऊंगा क्या क्या targets India ने set किए हैं. Underlining the role of the panchayat, the Gram Panchayat is in the country is taking a central role in terms of development and inclusive growth for the entire citizen of that locality. And the government is pushing a major technology related measures which called e-Swaraj, a mode of payment for the panchayat that would make it more powerful, more robust and more holistic in nature. Now Glasgow की अगर pledge की बात करें इंडिया ने क्या क्या कमिटमेंट किए हैं. So referring to the climate change conference, the Prime Minister has said that Pali village would be something that would be setting India for the Glasgow pledge towards the carbon neutrality. You can see this image which is there. The world fourth largest emitter is India. First is China, followed by United States, then European Union and India. followed by Russia. So these are the 5 important countries in terms of the total per capita emission of the CO2. Now, what more commitment the Prime Minister has made in the recent Glasgow summit, that is COP26. अभी जो recent में COP26 की मीटिंग हुई थी ग्लासगो में, उसमें इंडिया ने क्या क्या कमिटमेंट दी हैं? अचीविंग नेट जीरो एमिशंस बाय 2070. These all points are very important for examination. अगर आप मेंस या प्रीलिम्स दोनों में अपेयर हो रहे हैं, इन चीज़ों के लिए आपके लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. Reducing total projected carbon emission by 1 billion ton by 2030, increasing renewable energy component to 50% of our total requirement by 2030, reducing carbon intensity by 45%, that is again by 2030, and increasing the non-fossil energy capacity to reach 500 gigawatt by 2030. So these are some of the important announcements that was taken as a pledge from India in terms of carbon neutrality and sustainable environment. The second news, Prime Minister received Lata Mangeshkar Award. This is important for General Studies Paper 1. Salient feature of arts form, literature, architectures and modern times. So this is the first award that was being given to the Prime Minister. We have recently seen the demise of late Lata Mangeshkar. She was a renowned singer, and in her name, the name that the award is Lata Dinanath Mangeshkar Award. This is for her selflessness. So basically, the award that was given to Prime Minister was in the category of the selflessness services to the nation and society for the 80th annual Master Dinanath Award that was given in Mumbai. So this is the first award. This has just started, and the first award was given to the Prime Minister. Prelims point of view से या कोई भी और competitive examination के लिए काफी relevant है. Addressing the award ceremony, the Prime Minister said that he dedicates these awards to the citizen of this country, and the PMS cites the award cites that the Prime Minister has given an international statesman who has given India a path in terms of global leadership. Now, late Dinanath Mangeshkar Award की अगर बात करें, this was the first award that was constituted in the memory of late Lata Mangeshkar, who died at the age of 92 this year only, that is February 2022. And from now onwards, the award would be given each year. So ये first award थी, ये starting थी. अब हर एक साल अवार्ड दी जाएगी हर एक इंडिविजुअल को डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज में, जो कि एक पाथ ब्रेकिंग स्पेक्टुकुलर अपने कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस देंगे कंट्री में इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिल्डिंग इंडिया एंड सोसाइटी, राइट. Moving to the other news, that is Vice President called for reform in anti-defection law. This is important for General Studies Paper 2, Parliament, State Legislature function, conduct of business, privileges and issues arising from it. So recently the Vice President was addressing a meeting. He said that India need to have a robust anti-defection law, and he called for amendment in the anti-defection law because he find that there are many loopholes that is existing in that. And he wanted a clarity need to be there in terms of the defecators which is there, and the government should take action within 6 months, whatever defection is coming out of any individual. So the Vice President has expressed his disconnect over the non-effective method that is being dealt with the defectors, जो भी defaulters हैं उनको लेकर के, and he said that the decision should is even taken for a, कई बार तो decision ऐसी होती है जो उनके turnover खत्म होने के बाद आती है. So he wanted to expedite the complete process of decision that is coming out of the anti-defection law, and he expressed the concern over the decline of the various sources like including politics, and even उन्होंने कहा है कि ऐसे पॉलिटिशियंस को आप इग्नोर करें जो आपकी बातों को नहीं समझते हैं, and even you should see the character, caliber, capacity and conduct of an individual. This is what he has requested to the voters of India. Now the Vice President has called for focus on 4C. The Vice President said that the elected representative should have 4 important characters, that is character, caliber, capacity and conduct. And even this has been replaced by अभी के प्रेजेंट कंटेक्स्ट में इनका कहना है कि ये सारी जो 4 C's थे वो कास्ट, कम्युनिटी और कैश और क्रिमिनलिटी में कन्वर्ट हो गई हैं. सो इससे हमें बचने की ज़रूरत है, एंड वी नीड टू वर्क फॉर अ डेमोक्रेसी विच इज़ हेल्दी इन नेचर. टाइम फ्रेम फॉर द एक्शंस की बात की गई है. द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट सेड दैट देयर वाज नो क्लैरिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ द लॉ दैट इज देयर, एंड द हाउस चेयरपर्सन और द स्पीकर ऑफ एंटी डिफेक्शन केस नीड टू टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन. Now, some cases are taking into account, and some are even for the years. There are cases that are disposed आफ्टर टर्म ओवर। कुछ ऐसे केसेस हैं जो कि ऑलमोस्ट टाइम के बाद, उनके टेन्योर खत्म होने के बाद भी रिपोर्ट किए जाते हैं। Now, what is anti-defection law? The anti-defection law was passed in 1983 by 52 amendment of the Constitution. The amendment added the 10th schedule to the Indian Constitution, and even this is able to the Indian politics defection, right? So एक बहुत ही important reform लाई गई थी इंडियन डिफेक्शंस को लेकर के, जहाँ पे कोई भी ऐसी जो लेजिस्लेचर है वो डिस्क्वालिफाइड अगर होता है इस कंडीशन के लिए, so he would be resigning from this office and issue would be given into consideration, right? Now, moving to the other news, household consumer spending survey to resume soon. This is important for General Studies Paper 3, Indian Economy, issue related to planning, mobilization, resource growth, and development. So, All India Household Expenditure Survey, which is usually conducted by the National Static Office, every 5 year ही conduct होती है. This is set to resume because it was a long delayed and it has taken a break. So this would be something now giving a clear idea about the consumer expenditure behavior in our country. Now, no data on household. Now, till recently, India has seen official statement on the capital household spending, which calls for an estimate of the poverty line that we are seeing in our country. तो कुछ इकोनॉमिक इंडिकेटर्स जो हैं जीडीपी के कंटेक्स्ट में जो देखी जाती हैं, ये 2011-20 से तक ही ली गई हैं. इसके बाद हमारे पास प्रेजेंट डेटा नहीं है. And the government has said that the finding of the last survey was conducted in 2017-18 and data quality की जो issue है वो भी concern थी जिसको लेकर के इसको रोका गया. Now it has finally been resumed. Now, resuming survey की अगर बात करें, the National Static Office has not decided to conduct the survey from July 22. This is the time they will be starting, and typically the survey is conducted between July and June this year, which is expected to be completed by 2023. So in nutshell, it is going to take an year to complete the entire process. Now, the estimate household monthly per income as per the consumer expenditure and the distribution of household over the person of the MPCE classes, that is month per income consumer expenditure, would be based on survey. और जो अवेलेबल डेटा होंगी वो फील्ड में जो इवेल्युएटर्स होंगे जो सर्वे करेंगे उनको भी ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी, so that they could collect the reliable data that is actually that is required by the government itself. The result will include a separate data and set of the rules by the urban data, and also provide a spending in terms of state and union territories as well as socio-economic development groups. Now, whatever we have discussed, you can take a pause and you can read out the entire infographic which is mentioned over here. So, what it is, usually you have to carry it out within 5 years, and it is a big deal that the last survey was having the finding for 2011-12, and this has been lost from 2018, and now this would be finally starting. Now, editorial part of the day, reskilling society. This is important for General Studies Paper 2, that is government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from design and implementations. इस एडिटोरियल के अंदर कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज है जो मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करूंगा. फर्स्ट इंट्रोडक्शन देखेंगे, उसके बाद इस पूरी एडिटोरियल में 5 ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट डिज़ाइन प्रिंसिपल बताए गए हैं जिससे हम अपने यूथ को अपने कंट्री के जो पोटेंशियल डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड है उसको कैसे स्किल कर पाएंगे. एंड द एंटायर एडिटोरियल टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्किलिंग ऑफ द सोसाइटी. तो इनेबलिंग डिग्री अप्रेंटिस की बात की गई है. दिस इज समथिंग विच विल बी हेल्पिंग इंडिया. ऑलमोस्ट 10 मिलियन ऐसे यंग पीपल है जिसको इसकी डायरेक्टली बेनिफिट मिलेगी, और India can become the world largest apprentice system in the world, right? Almost poor country with 5 billion of writing software. ये imagine करना है जहाँ से 1947 से 1991 पोस्ट ग्लोबलाइजेशन, उसके बाद लेमन ब्रदर्स की जो इकोनॉमिक रिसेशंस आई, उसके बाद इंडिया ने जिस तरह की डेवलपमेंट की है इसे और हार्नेस करने की ज़रूरत है. स्किल मेंटल मॉडल शिफ्ट टूवर्ड द classical physics. We have already advanced in the quantum physics also. So सारी चीज़ें में एडवांसमेंट हो रही है तो स्किलिंग में क्यों ना हो, ऐसा कहना है इस एडिटर्स का. Now, degree apprentice is the most important pillar for the new mental model, and we'll be looking into the 5 important design principles that would be helping. The first is learning with earning. यहाँ पे ज़रूरी है कि स्किल ऐसे डेवलप की जाए जो मार्केट फेलियर के टाइम में भी इंडिविजुअल को फाइनेंस करे. मोस्ट यंग कैन नॉट पे देयर बिल्डिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट आउट ऑफ पॉकेट. So if they are earning while learning also, that would be the great concept. Now, the income support for learning while earning is a crucial that will raise the enrollment of the individual, and it will give for a more inclusive society. लर्निंग बाय डूइंग, अगेन इसमें स्किलिंग के साथ साथ करिकुलम में फैकल्टी की भी जो डिमांड है उसको भी पूरी करने की ज़रूरत है। जो वेज प्रीमियम है जॉब सीकर मार्केट के लिए, दैट शुड बी कमिंग फ्रॉम इंजीनियरिंग, सोशल सर्विसेज, लॉजिस्टिक, ये कुछ ऐसे पार्ट्स हैं जो कि आने वाले टाइम में 21st सेंचुरी में काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होगी। Guaranteed workplace and theory immersion with the apprentice would be the part of it, with soft skill, theoretical skill required based on integrated principle, which is working on the theoretical curriculum with actual doing. So learning by doing is again something very important, which will help the individual to learn the skills at the time when essentially he can have a substantial contributions. लर्निंग विद फिजिकल डिलीवरीज, जो फ्लेक्सिबल डिलीवरीज हैं ऑन टाइम जॉब्स को लेकर के, क्लासरूम प्रोग्राम्स को लेकर के, ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम हो, ऑफलाइन प्रोग्राम्स हो, उसमें भी, एंड इवन इट कैन हैव अ प्राइस पॉइंट. Institutional degree apprentice will be delivering the employability which will be helping the classroom program. जो liabilities हैं या फिर जो dependents हैं, abilities हैं, that need to be taken into consideration, and different employers and job seeker would be benefited from the flexible delivery of the workshop that would be given to an individual. Now लर्निंग विद क्वालिफिकेशन मॉडुलैरिटी, यहाँ पे गांधी जी की जो नई तालीम है उसके बारे में डिस्कस की गई है. जिस तरह से राधा कृष्णन रिपोर्ट आई, उसके बाद कोठारी कमेटी, और फिर नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 1986 में, और अब इंडिया ने नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2022 लाया जहाँ पे स्कूल स्किलिंग और कॉलेजेस पे ध्यान दी गई है, एंड स्किलिंग इज़ द प्रायोरिटी फॉर द गवर्नमेंट. और सर्टिफिकेट प्रोग्राम्स की भी बात की गई है, उसके साथ साथ डिग्री की भी बात की गई है. Degree apprentice would be offering skilling on job. Qualifying individual would be given certificate, diploma, and degrees. Now, last but not the least, that is learning with signaling value. जहाँ भी IMS और ITs की बात करें, ये एक ऐसे प्लेस है जहाँ पे एक बेटर लर्निंग आउटकम आ सकती है. तो ट्रेडिशनली इस इंस्टीट्यूशंस को हमें स्किलिंग इन्फोर्स करने की ज़रूरत है ताकि वो एग्जिट गेट जो दिखाए जा रहे हैं उससे अच्छे कुछ क्वालिटी स्किलिंग भी प्रमोट किए जा सके डिप्लोमा लेवल पे भी, एंड इवन फॉर अ शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन और शॉर्ट टर्म. Now, by specifying high degrees with quality excellence employability, this can bring entry and exit to an individual. Now, way forward की अगर बात करें, जो डिग्री अप्रेंटिस है उनकी हायर कैपेसिटी को ध्यान में रखते हुए जो हमारी एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी है, that had to be taken into consideration for the tripartite construct that is there. Now, apprentice has become Indian polity priority, expanding the number from 28 point to the 20 program in 1975. रेगुलेशन एक मस्ट है इस कंटेक्स्ट में ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को स्किलिंग की जा सके, जो रेड टेपिज्म है वो हटाया जा सके, और जो इंटायर प्रोसेस है री स्किलिंग की वो ईजी किया जा सके. नाउ देयर आर ऑलमोस्ट 10 million गुड यंग रीजन्स that could give an apprenticeship to the lot many people, which can help their livelihood, and even it can contribute in the nation building. This is how the way forward can be concluded. Moving with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answer of your study question. For first question, the correct option is C. For second question, the correct option is C. Today's MCQ आपको बताना है ओ स्मार्ट किससे रिलेटेड है. एम एट रेगुलेटिंग ओशियन मरीन रिसोर्सेज, स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट विद आईए, प्रमोट ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन जूट सेक्टर, कोलिक्स जो लिक्विड और रिस्क मॉनिटरिंग स्टॉक्स है उनके लिए. सो डू चेक आउट फॉर द करेक्ट ऑप्शंस. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, एनर्जी इंटरनेशनल एनर्जी एजेंसी के बारे में बताना है. इट्स एनर्जी आउटलुक रिपोर्ट रिलीज करती है एनुअली, और इंडिया इज नॉट एन एसोसिएट मेंबर ऑफ आईए. So if you know the correct answer, well and good. If not, you can check out for the correct options. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis. For time being, I'm signing off. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for bearing with my basically infected voice. I'm really sorry for this part.